Hi, Carol here, and I'm doing a project today that was inspired by a video I watched this morning. Now, I have never seen this gal before, and all I did on YouTube was punch up minis, and she came up, and her name is Kathy Orta. And she has an incredible talent for putting together paper crafts and minis and books, and I'm telling you, so much. It's amazing. So if you want to shut my video off and just go over and see hers, see ya. But if you want to stick with me, I am going to put this together because I always change up anything I case. I always make it my own. So this came about by making it my own because they're not double-sided. So I ended up making another pocket and changing up the size of the cutouts and so on and so forth. And I wanted to use up all my paper, and I'm not going to waste time gabbing, but I tell you what, a mini will use up your paper. And I wanted something to put my card in. So I did finish it here, and what I did is I put the tag that says sweet on the front. I put a little wee banner up here, musical banner. I just grabbed some of my thick 8-inch lace doily that, you know, you've seen my videos, you see I have tons and tons and rolls of it. So I thought, what better use than to put it underneath here. And then I kept it pretty well the same. I just haven't got around to putting the hands on the clock. But, excuse me, I did put this little flower here. And my cold, excuse me, see, I can't even mention cold, I start coughing. If I just turn around, it's because I'm taking some of my natural juices here, right there, my health juice, and for my throat. So if all of a sudden I cut out, it's because I'm going over there and grabbing a drink of my health juice. So anyway, that's as far as I've gotten. I've not finished it, but I thought I'd show you because I have a friend I know that will love this mini, and I want to put this card inside to just encourage her and say thank you. So let's get started. You are going to need 6 bags. Now, what I did here, I have made some minis. This one was very unusual. I really liked it. And these are from Michaels. And they're the standard mini size, the large one. And then I just took it and I cut off 1/8 of an inch on the top to take off that raggedy edge. And I started making it. Now, just grab your paper pack right off the bat. You get your envelopes. I chose to do black because this is kind of a really vintage type. I mean, it's really hard not to do vintage if you're working with any of Tim Holtz products. So this Tattered Time 12 by 12 pack, what you're going to do here, let me just show you. You're going to cut out as many, like for 6 of these, you're going to need 12, 14, 16, 18. I think I need 18 of these. Now, I don't have that many now because I'm not going to do the whole album in one sitting, but I am going to finish this album and tape it with part 1 to wherever I get to have it finished so that you can see how to bind it and you can see all the elements that we're going to put in. It's going to be amazing. So, well, I think it's amazing. So anyway, the strips that you're going to need for the inside of your bags are 7 1/4 inches deep, and I think it is, let me just see here, it is 4 5/8. So it's 4 5/8 this way and 7 1/4 this way. You're going to cut out all of these for 6 of these, 3 each, so 18, and then I added 6 more. That's 24 of these that you need to cut out if you do it my way. If you do it the way I'm going to do it here. And then you are going to need to cut out 7 1/4. You're not going to change the length, right? It's 7 1/4, but you're going to do 6 of the measurements at 7 1/4, let me see, by 1 1/4, and 6 of them that are 7 1/4 by 1 3/4. Okay, so you've got one here that is 1 1/4, so 1/2 inch more on this one, the 3/4, 1 3/4 inch. All right, so let's take our bag and we'll start. You're going to do this to all 6 bags before we get to any binding, or there's a few ways to bind it, but I really like the way she did it, so I'm going to stick to that. And I'll show you mine here. Okay, so this is what each of these you're going to end up. I just did this quickly this morning, so about an hour ago. So there's some things I still want to do when I get to the embellishment stage, like, the glue is showing here, so I'll put something here. It was cut out with round circles, and I wanted to do it like this with more. It was hand cut. I didn't even use a round circle punch. I just cut it. I did on this one. I wanted it really wide on here. So you end up having, on this one, I put rickrack on the other side. So you're going to have a space here to put stuff in. You're going to have, because it's a mini, you're going to want to put pictures, and you're going to want to embellish, right? So I just I just got finished it. I just started it. It's still, the glue is still hot. So you have this spot. Now, in this spot, you're going to, I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to do that too. So you have this area, you have this area, you open it up, and you have this here. Make sure I'm in the camera. You have this area here, and then you're going to have this long one here to, like I said, it's probably glued shut because I just finished gluing it. So let's do some opening here. There we go. And then you're going to have this space here. It's literally still hot. And then on this one, I wanted to use, I have bought this stapler, this Tim Holtz stapler, the mini stapler, and I've never used it, and it's been over there, and I told you I am going to start grabbing my products because I'm not buying it to just have pretty up my room. No more. So I took that and I stapled all around, and it gives it a really nice effect. I really like that. And if you like the shabby chic vintage, this is cool. Like, you're going to like to do this. If you don't, it's not the mini for you, because you just pretty it up with your paper you like. I thought I want to use up my stuff, so I went with this. Okay, so then I just, on each of my edges, I want to just run this in. You want to, before you put them down, you want to take your distress tool. In this case, I'm using the Stampin' Up! One. And you want to just go over your edges. Not too much. On this one, I found I tattered it up a bit too much, so it didn't stick close to the edge, And so, hopefully I'm in camera. You want to just do that, and then find the ink you're going to use. I'm using Distress inks today because they match his papers. That only makes sense. And this one is the, I think it's the Forest. What is this one? Forest Moss. Good night. It's right there. I just showed you that. So I'm just going to distress out some of the paper. I just add a bit in the middle so it looks like I'm actually matching my paper. So I'll use that one on the first one so we can see what we're doing there. And so have all your paper distressed ahead of time. That will really help you. And I like to cut things out beforehand. Alright, so let's take our bag, our first bag here. And I'm going to make sure that I'm in the frame. I'm going to bring it down just a tad here. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do on this is you're going to take a bone folder. Now I know I have one right here. And you are going to first of all, take your gussets here. See this? First of all, sorry, I'm going to do it this way. Put your finger in these two sets of your fold, the bottom of your lunch bag. Pull them in like this, and then you're going to flatten that out as much as you can without pulling your paper apart. So just flatten that out. The reason that you pull these in, and you don't want to forget that, because the next step, if you cut through there, you've ruined your bag. So make sure you do that. Then you are just going to take your gusset and you're going to fold it back like this, okay? And just give it a good crease. And then take this on this side, fold it back, give it some help with your bone folder to get those creases in there like this. And then what you're going to do is right at the top on this L and on this L, just at the top of that crease, you're going to take your scissors and you are going to cut right to the, right there, okay? And you don't want to go too far, but you got to make sure you go right to the line. And then you're going to turn it over and you're going to do the same thing on this side. And there you have it. Then you're going to take your hand and you're going to go up the side of your gusset, and right where you cut, it should pop out if you cut it all the way across. I have to give it a little bit of help here. And I'm going to do that because it didn't get cut all the way through. Okay, I'm going to try it again. That's why you have to make sure it goes right to the line. There we go. And I'm just going to make sure on this side, just to go a little tad farther. And then you're going to bring that out like that. Okay? Take your bone folder and crease it like that. And do the same thing on this side. Once I cut it, slide your hand up and help it out like this. Okay? And then you have the bag looking like this. Turn this out and put your points back in like this. Okay, turn it over and fold this back. Take your bone folder. You are going to use your bone folder a lot on this. Okay, so now that you have these folded up like this, you're going to take this one and you're going to fold it up. Okay, like this. Then you're going to fold this over like that, okay? Just flip it over like this, open this one up, and do the same thing on the other side, okay? And there you have it, and put this down like that, and you've already got the start of your mini right there. You're going to have this side, turn it over. You're going to have this side, but not only that, you are going to have this flip page right here, okay? You're going to have this right here. This one, that's going to give you an extra page, a flap. And then I made it so that you could go inside here because my paper is not double-sided. If you use double-sided paper, it's going to save you a heap. But this isn't double-sided, so there we go. So anyway, we're going to start with this side here, okay? So now I only watched this video once and came in here, so hopefully my memory is going to, follow me along here. I'd hate to have to stop and go back and watch the video. I'm just counting on the fact that I remember how to do it. So we just took this piece and see, they're not double-sided, and we're going to put this in here, and it's going to have a nice sweet edge, not too much of an edge because you don't want to wear your bag out on the edges there, but it has enough to keep it from tattering. Take your glue. Now, if you work paper to paper, your ATG gun is excellent, okay? But if you're gluing down bulk paper, you want to use, on this project, your glue gun. So you want to plug it in and have your glue gun ready on this. Okay, so let's put this down right here. I hope I'm in the frame. I got to keep looking. Yes, I am. So you're going to put this down. Now, when you use this, you have just about one chance to get that down like that. So try and be careful when you're placing them. There. So now I have this like that, and this is going to be I'm going to join it here and here on this side, so we can go ahead and do that. And what I'm going to do on the joining here, the reason why they want you to use the glue gun on these projects is because if you use glue, the paper that slides in has a tendency to grab that glue. When you use your glue gun, it's plastic, so it doesn't do that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to I'm going to hold my glue gun down. I'm not going to like lift it up because I don't want it to be high. You know what a glue gun does. It tends to be high. So I'm just going to glue that edge down like that. And then I'm going to take this and I am going to glue it on here and on that line. So you're going to turn it around, and you're just going to be careful not to put a ton of high glue on here. And I just put a glue stick on here. So it's going to want to, you just want a little bit like this one. There we go. Kind of flatten it out. You know what I'm saying. Don't have that ball of okay, now I just thought of something. I should have ran my paper on there, and I don't think I'm going to get it up. So what I'm going to do here is I am just to show you. See, I can't remember everything, but this doesn't matter because I am just going to go like that. It works out well. And then just cut it off short. But what you want to do here is you want to run this, before you glue it down, run this strip. And this is the short strip, okay? This is the strip that's 7 1/4 by 1 1/4. But this works out well. Everything works out well when you're doing this. So I am just going to eyeball it like that. And I'm going to take it out and find my distress tool. And that's why it doesn't matter to do it with scissors, because it's not going to be even. That's the word. Excuse me. So just give the edge. And then on this one, I am going to do it with the let me see. I think I'm going to do this with the black soot tea dye. I'm trying to see if there was something else I could use. I think I'll use Vintage Photo on that. And that looks good. So this uses up my time because, you know, you should have this all prepared ahead of time. But because I just saw the video and I was inspired to do this, I'm not that far behind prepared. So take your runner, your ATG gun, and I like this, using this one opposed to a hand one, you know, the small ones like I have here. I seem to be able to, there's a knack to this thing, and I think I've acquired it. So I didn't do this side, it's going to slide down inside there like that. But what I want to do first is to make sure I have this down even, because I want to have a border, and there you have it. So now you have this. Okay, so you have this and you have this. Then you're going to turn it over. You don't want to have that. Okay, so you turn it over and we are going to take another piece that's already prepared, kind of. I am going to use my, boy, this is thick. I thought there was 2 in there. I'm going to use this one and distress the edges a tad. And there we are. And then I am going to use the tea dye. There we are. So distress your edges. A little bit on your paper if you like. I'm going to do it this way because I want a little bit on the paper. Not just the edges. There we are. Perfecto. And because my work surface seems to be crowding in on me today, seems like I don't have that much. Ooh, there you go. So we're going to lay this down and open this up and set it down as evenly as possible. Oh, you know what I did on this one? See, you're not going to get this back up, but no, I'm not even going to try. I should have watched it. Well, I guess it's not going to make, it's going to go like this, so it doesn't matter, but watch your pattern. The pattern now is like that. So on this one, on the other side, you know how we did this one? On this one, you are going to put a flap on here. So you are going to take 2 of your, or 1. If you have double-sided, you're only taking 1. I don't have double-sided. So I am going to work with this one and the lighter colors here. As a matter of fact, I think these are pretty cool. I think I'm just going to turn these over like this, and I am going to make this another slide in. So when you have this, you're going to take this and you are only going to do, if it's looking at you like this, if you have this flap to your right, when this is down and you do this, because it's going to slide in, you only want to do right here, down at the bottom with your glue gun. Okay? So hopefully this is right. If not, we are going to have a change in plans. There we are. Go straight across. And I like dragging it like that so you don't get that thick, bulky line. And then let's get this on here. Like so. And there you have it. So when you open it up like this, you have another pocket here like this. Okay, you're going to have a pocket. But oh, see, that didn't go. I was too slow. Okay, let's try it again. Don't give up. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put these together first because I want them to be a flap. So let's try it on this. See if I can do it on here. So I'm not going to wait. I am going to just bring it in and do it immediately. Like this. I think that's the key here. Then I'm going to take it and run it down the bottom here and put it on ASAP. That grab this tool. That's why I bought it, not to burn my hand like that. There we are. And open it up and take it. Now, I just measure it. If my glue gets too far over, I just measure a 1/4 inch in when I'm putting in my flap there. So I have a little bit showing here. No biggie. Take it off. Okay, let's try this again. And I'm turning this around, and I am just going to do it a little bit at a time. I'm not taking a chance. This is going to be at the top, so I am going to set that on like this, right there. There you have it. Because even if that glue mushes out, wait just a second and grab hold of it. That's all you have to do. Like that. It just comes off like jelly. Okay? And then let's finish this up. Because I only want it on this flap, and I still want to use this flap, right? So let's finish this up. Bend this up. I think all it wasn't hot enough. This will be. Okay, so set that on there like that, and use what you have to bring it out. And what shows or you don't like something will embellish it. It's not a biggie. It's not a biggie. Okay, and then I want just a tad holding this down on this side like I showed you. I just didn't put enough glue, obviously. And there we go. We have the start here. And take that, throw it out. And here's your flap. So now you have this gorgeous flap. You can take your... see that it needs a little bit of cutting here, and basically that's as easy as it is. Then you have this flap here. You want to use this as you want this to open up because you're going to use this inside here. You're going to use this on top. Hopefully I'm in the frame here. I'm sorry. This here, you're going to use this here. I want to use this here on here. So I am going to take it and glue it as well. So I'm going to make a line there and put it down immediately. I guess that's the key. Because I mean, if you wait too long, it's not going down. And then you're going to take this one, and that's why this detailed tip is nice to have. There we have it. And put that down. This is my new glue gun. So I'm not familiar with it quite as much as I am the other one. It's like anything. You have to familiarize yourself with it. There you go. So now we have our flap. We can decorate everything that's black. You can leave it black. It certainly looks nice black. There's nothing wrong with that. And then I wanted to show you what I did here on one of my tags.